Karamo, well, congratulations. It's been a couple weeks. Karamo, the talk show, is doing so well. How are you feeling? I know it's been your dream come true.
I feel extraordinary. Anthony, you were there from my beginning days when we were doing stuff at Access Hollywood. I think you were the first one to bring me in and to give me support. And so to see you've been there on this journey of knowing how hard it is to for hosts, for LGBT hosts, and to actually have this opportunity, I'm just thankful every single day. Some days I go backstage and I cry, and I'm not even joking with you because it's a dream come true.
I so appreciate you saying that, and it's so good to see you just flourish and take over the world. This show, it's obviously, I know you've been a fan of the format. We're a fan of Maury. Big shoes to kind of step into, but how do you kind of balance, helping people and making it something super impactful, but also having it be something entertaining that people want to tune in for?
Yeah, so I was so thankful that they allowed me to guest host the Maury Public show, the Maury show, which is what led me to getting my own show. But Maury and I have different shows. The only commonality that we have is that we talk with real people. Mm-hmm. And so I think sometimes people get confused because of the fact that it's real people, oh my gosh, all of our guests are going to be both crazy. But for me, it's about once you show people that it's okay to be vulnerable, it's okay to really talk, you see the tone of your show changing. And so for me, I love Maury, I respect Maury, but my show is different in the sense my guests come on and we have real conversations, and it doesn't matter if they might get heated a little bit. I don't allow anybody to scream on my show, no one's running off, but it's about we think about in your own life. How many times have you been talking to your mom, your dad, your husband, your wife, your kids, a friend, and sometimes you get so aggravated that you get a little heated. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It means that your vulnerability is showing, your pain is showing. And luckily I'm there and able to help them through that and give them real tools to move on. And so it's been working out so well. People are responding great at home, online. I'm just blown away that people are resonating with the fact that I really want to help them. And that's my only intention.
And speaking of the help, it's been a couple weeks. I remember specifically one of the episodes, Big Frida was on, of course, but then you also had, like you said, this kind of, everyday people that talked about their journey with gender identity and so much more. How important is it for you as you make these episodes to also have those important conversations specifically about our community?
It's super important because as it's always been on the forefront of my mind of making sure that I'm trying to do the best that I can to make sure our community is represented. And I think about, if you think about 90s talk shows, mm-hmm. LGBT stories were always salacious. And for me, they're never going to be salacious. It's, the one, I think that episode with Big Frida, I had a trans man who their partner would not accept them for transitioning. And their partner also identified as gay. And so for somebody else on daytime TV, that'd be whoa, what? Oh my gosh. And for me, it's no, this is a real story where this person is experiencing internalized homophobia and they can't accept a member of the community because they can't accept themselves. And that's why they're having a problem. And I was able to identify that quickly and help them through it. And the messages we got back were people were learning and talking and saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. We did an episode the other day where we had a trans woman on the show who was bullied. And after talking to the bullying and talking about what she's going through, I had my audience tell her how beautiful she was because she was going through a little dysphoria issues. Yeah. And tell her that she didn't deserve the bullying. And I kept thinking to myself, at my age, when I was younger, if I could have seen someone in the gay community or trans community being told they're beautiful,
use those words.
I want to show you
all those negative bullies in your life, and the words that you hear are mine, that you're beautiful and you're special and you're gorgeous. His words, that you're beautiful, you're special, and you're gorgeous. Audience, please tell her.
Hold on, this is the point for me. The audience.
Yeah.
Everyone with me right now. Please tell her how beautiful. Say, you are beautiful.
That's amazing.
You didn't deserve that bullying.
I mean, come on. A trans woman being told you didn't deserve to be bullied by a studio audience on a daytime talk show. Really haven't seen that often, you know what I mean? And so it is important for me.
Yeah, and that actually leads me into Spirit Day, because bullying is something that you taught, just even in your initial weeks on your talk show, like the topic of bullying has come up many times. And I think as we head into Spirit Day, which is October 20th, which is the biggest anti-LGBTQ youth bullying day of the year, tell me about your experience with that and why obviously it's so important for you to change the conversation and to shed a light on, you know, what our community can go through as young people and even as adults.
Yeah, we all experience people who want to tell us that who we are authentically is not enough. You know this. And I think sometimes we think it's just about kids, but we forget that as adults, we receive those same bullying, we receive microaggressions. You know, we're put into stereotypes or the boxes that can be hurtful, can be painful, that can be detrimental. And so what I love about Spirit Day is it reminds us that we all deserve love and respect, and that we have to be advocates and allies, true allies, to speak up, to educate ourselves for those who are experiencing bullying. And so for me on my show, you know, I will be wearing my purple on Spirit Day, and I want to make sure that my audience is aware that this day is important because it lets, you know, so many members of the LGBT community know that they are enough and they don't deserve to ever be treated any differently than anyone else. And so to have a platform now that can do that, I'm thankful.
A big old platform
Big old platform
airs weekdays. Check your local listings, everyone. Karamo, but other breakthroughs I want to talk to you about. I was remembering, of course, your turn on Dancing with the Stars, and now this season,
Shangela is doing so great.
I mean,
I'm in love.
So many things. Tell me about your reaction, because we have two men dancing together. We have a gay Black man on Dancing with the Stars, DJ, AKA Shangela, everyone. But like, it's such a moment, and I'm sure that you're so excited too.
Oh my gosh, let me tell you something. I've been tuning in every single day. First of all, I was already a fan of the show. Obviously, that's why I went on the show. But like, I'm just so amazed by Shangela. I mean, like, I literally look at Shangela and I'm like, I cannot wait to watch him walk across the stage and win his Academy Award one day. And I put that in the universe because I know it's gonna happen. The amount of talent and kindness and gifts that I am literally using every vote, every week for Shangela, like you have no idea. And I keep encouraging people, I keep putting on my story and I'm like, vote, vote, vote. Because I think people underestimate what Shangela is doing sometimes. Like, people underestimate, like, a show like Dancing with the Stars is in middle America that may not ever be exposed to the beauty and creativity of a Shangela. Mm-hmm. And the fact that Shangela does that with grace and ease and love and respect, I'm like, yes, yes, yes. And so I'm blown away.
Same, and that's what you're doing with your show, because that's really what it is. When you have a talk show like this that has such a wide reach, all over the country, I mean, people are probably meeting and seeing people from all different walks of life, including the LGBTQ community, for the very first time. What's your hope that anyone that is finding your show tunes in? What do you want them to take away? Obviously, the shows are different every single day, but it's very much rooted in helping people, acceptance all around.
That it's okay to keep talking with each other and keep growing. I think sometimes we forget that, like, if you're talking with somebody and they say something you don't like, that doesn't mean that there's not an opportunity for you to grow there or for them to grow by learning you. And when I introduce real life people who are LGBTQ identified, who are non-binary, who have different gender or sexual orientations, it's like, meet them, respect them, love them, and grow through being introduced to them. And so that's my only goal. People keep talking and growing.
I love that. And speaking of growing, I mean, you have a talk show. Obviously, we know more Queer Eye is coming. Thinking about, it's like all of the things, your journey from, like you said, when you weren't, doing all of these things and kind of struggling in the biz, then Queer Eye happens. Now the talk show, so many things in between. Also, your book is coming out in November, and you wrote that with your son, Jason. Tell me about that one, because I think that's super important. It's called I Am Okay to Feel. Is that right?
It is. And it's great because, like, my son identifies as pansexual. And so the fact that we are two Black members of the LGBT community writing a book telling parents that it's okay to talk to their kid about how they're feeling. I mean, these are the things that I'm just like, I'm thankful that someone has given me the opportunity to do this. And I'm hoping that it opens a door for more of these stories and more people to, tell their authentic stories, and to tell their experiences. And so the book comes out, and I'm just proud of Jason for writing it, to be a young author. I'm proud of us for working together as a father and son. And I'm proud that people are going to get like the tools to really know how to teach their kids, to let them know it's okay to feel. Like, you don't have to just say every day when someone says, how are you doing? You don't have to just say, oh, I'm fine. It's okay to say I'm anxious. It's okay to say I'm surprised, I'm nervous, I'm happy, I'm in love. You know what I mean? It's okay to express your feelings, because in that vulnerability is where your true authenticity and light shines.
I love that. I Am Okay to Feel is out November 8th. That is so great. I mean, before I wrap, Queer Eye, are you still loving it? Are you still loving, getting with the other guys and being on this journey? Because we know a new season is in the works.
Yeah, we just did the new season in New Orleans, and I'm really praying that we continue to get more. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, on top of like doing the show that I love and helping people on the show, we've become a family now, and it's like even sometimes now doing my talk show and like when I'm doing on press, like I'm by myself now, and it feels so lonely and vulnerable. I'm like, where's like Jonathan to come with a quick joke? Where's, I'm looking for Anthony to give me a smolder in the camera. You know what I mean? I'm looking for Tina to fix his hair. You know what I mean? I'm looking for Bobby to kind of say something that's really intelligent. And it's like, and it's weird when we don't have them. And so we finished this next season. They haven't told us if we get more. We're all hoping so, even though we're all doing new projects. Like, Jonathan's on tour right now. Tan has Next in Fashion with Gigi coming out. Anthony has the Easy Bake Challenge coming out.
Battle, yeah.
Easy Bake Battle. Bobby is now writing a brand new book that's about to come out. And I'm like, we're all doing projects, but I'm just hoping that Netflix says, you know what? We're not done with these 5 queer human beings, and we get more. So we're praying.
Yeah, well, until that, everyone, you can catch Karamo weekdays. Check your local listings. The show is sparking very important conversations. And Karamo, it's so good to see you. Wishing you all the good things, and congrats again.
But hold on, I want to do this again before you go, because I think it's important as you interview me and say all the things I'm doing. Thank you for being someone, Anthony, who always opens the door for us. Because literally, I know you're in this position right now where you're interviewing and you also run the communications and you do all these things, but people need to know that you actually were opening doors way before for like young people like me and saying, come on, have an opportunity. And like, we're the same age, I'm a little bit older than you, but when I say young, this is when nobody else was giving me a shot. You allowed me to have a shot by opening a door that you opened. And so I got to give you your flowers, because you've been doing that for years.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Love you too, boo.